Shouts out to us from First King up on the tag list, Isaiah Yashrala. Shouts out to the Young King and Second King Moshe. Them my second on my tag list. I must tag them more than anybody. Then y'all down, Uko Chuko, Michael Israel, Kenneth Moore. Shout out to all you brothers and sisters, all my Israelite brothers and sisters, those that are near, those that are far off. I'm going to just tag a couple of people. It's going to be real simplistic. This ain't going to be something that's going to, make you think deep or nothing. It's real simple, real simplistic. And then I'm going to get off of here. But I want as many people to hear what's going to be said as I can get on here. So, pause.
Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemy speaketh to more.
Consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Cause they don't really love us, no. No, they don't love us, no. Hey. Better bundle up because this world is cold. This world is cold. This world is cold. The truth they don't want us to know. No, they don't want us to know. Cause we the people that he chose. That he chose. That he chose. Ay, I just want some wisdom, you can keep your gold. And I'd rather be broke than to sell my soul. Yeah. F your money, I don't need your dollars. Praises to the Father, and I'm yelling Kwam Yasharala. No, I'm not a Muslim, I don't deal with Allah. Keep a sword with me, cut you up just like a barber. My people lost, we destroyed because we lacking knowledge. Spiritual knowledge, not that kind that you can get in college. We them children of the promise, a highest promise, the one that he made with our forefathers. Judah's alliance, what would tell me who shall rouse them, and we gon' rise up. That's why Esau wanna stop us. Hey, they don't really love us, no. No, they don't love us, no. Hey, better bundle up because this world is cold. This world is cold. This world is cold. Hey, they don't want us to know. Cause we the people that he chose, Yeah, reading these scriptures now I see the truth. This world is so cold, man, they killing our youth. Just turn on the news and you'll see the proof. They don't care about me, they don't care about you. They give us the guns, they tell us to shoot. They give us the drugs, they tell us to use. They tell us to play us like fools, the private salute. So that's what we do. We gotta wake up, man, there's no time to snooze. Our power's the greatest, so we cannot lose. They try to degrade us, but they can't erase us out. God didn't make us to play by their rules. That's why they hate us, they hate that they ain't us, and Satan can't make us get down with his crew. They lock us and chain us, they cuff us and slave us, but they'll never break us, we always break through. It's true, we the chosen people, our spirit golden, we royalty. So we straight away, our Father kept us, that's loyalty. When it's time for judgment, won't have attorneys, no lawyer fees. When it's time for judgment, it's gonna be destruction of our enemies. Yeah, cause they don't really love us, no. 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 Better bundle up because this world is cold. This world is cold. This world is cold. Go, go. The truth they don't want us to know. No, they don't want us to know. Why? Why? Cause we the people that he chose. That he chose. That he chose. Hey.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. I said that this was gonna be a simple message, and it really is. I'm making this video on behalf of one of our sisters. Many of you brothers and sisters may know, she's been following this page for years. She's been following this page for years. She's an elder woman. She is what many of you might call an imam, okay? And her name is Sister Janice Doyle. And anytime I'd ever asked for anything, Sister Doyle have always been right there to help anybody. And so that's what we coming on behalf of. I'm never gonna ask nobody to do nothing that I'm myself not willing to do, first of all. And you know, let's just be real about it. Sometimes I don't even particularly care to come on here and do this, but when my phone rings and then people ask me for things like this, then if it was in my power, I'd do it myself. So what I'm gonna do, Sister Doyle does not need a whole lot. She is a mother. She has a son, but her son is not in the place that he's supposed to be, and therefore, you know, the Bible tells the children to honor your father and your mother. So there's a level of responsibility that comes with being a child. But let the truth be told, many of our men are in jail, many of them are on drugs, many of them are on alcohol, many of them's life is just completely out of order. Many of them are just they're working and they just don't care nothing about the righteous work of the Most High. And so the very people that's supposed to be beneficiaries, they get to suffer for it. And this is the case of Sister Doyle. And Sister Doyle is not in need of much. There are some people that, you know, the only time that they're going to call you is when they want something. Now, those people right there that call you only, it's two kind of people that call you only when they want something. One of them is the kind of people that won't never do what they supposed to do and always find themselves in need of somebody's help. And the other people is the people that you never hear from. And when your phone rings and you see it's them, you thinking, oh my God, what the happened? What the happened? Because they don't call you. But when you pick up the phone and you realize the reason they called you is because they want something. But this particular people, they will only call you if they feel like they're in dire need. So I want to, Sister Doyle, she called me and said that her utility, her lights, is threatened to be cut off. Now this is an elder woman that works, you understand what I'm saying, to take care of her responsibility. And every time that I have ever tried to help anybody or raise some money from anybody, if Sister Doyle was in a position to do so, then she would do so. And so I know that for the people that know who I'm talking about, she has bread out there floating around on the water. And so it's Passover season, right? At least that's what everybody say. That's what everybody say. And right now you have people all over, and this is not just dealing with Sister Doyle. I'm talking to people in general, wherever you at, whatever family you a part of. When we start talking about the Passover and the Most High this and the Most High that, let me tell you something. The most dearest thing to the Most High is his people. And we can't talk about how wonderful the Most High is. That has to be demonstrated as we walk our lives out amongst each other. When the commandment says, thou shalt not kill thy brother, that means that you don't let things in your brother's life die. You don't want to see anything in his life die. And that means if you're sinning and the Most High bless you to be in a position to where you are able to do something. Now, let me tell you what Sister Doyle needs before I lose too many people thinking I'm going to be asking them for some money. Because if I had the money, God knows if I had the money, I would have been gave it to her and bypassed Facebook completely. But I myself had a brother. I'm not going to call him by name because the Bible says that you do your good deeds and they be shown between. And you know what? And he don't want me to call his name. But this brother sent me $400. You understand what I'm saying? Because something was in jeopardy. And I didn't even know that he had got wind of it. He just happened to enter into his ear, and then bam, next thing I know, I had it and it was taken care of. And so I just so happened to have some of that left over. Not only that, I started my first work up after 5 months of being off with no pay yesterday. And I can't wait to break my neck. You understand what I'm saying? But it's also temptation to me because once you've been broke for so long, you don't want to part from that money. You don't want to give that money up. So when you get the phone call and Sister Doyle only need $144, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying, you know what? You just make you $100, and now here the Father put somebody in your path that need half of it. That challenges your faith. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming to the brothers and sisters that know Sister Doyle. She need $144, and I am going to, when I hang up this phone, I'm going to send her $50. Because somebody been blessing me. And that thing got the, when I put that song on, They Don't Love Us, we have to understand, how is it that we can have more love for other people? You can sneeze and waste $20. A pack of cigarettes costs $7. A drink costs, a bottle of wine costs $10, $15. And it's a whole bunch of other things that we can buy that we really don't need. That costs more money that to $150. You see? And the ones that's broke, we in our mind saying, man, you wait till I get my bread up. You wait till I get my bread up. Wait till I get my bread up. But the ones that's got money, they say, oh, shoot, I ain't giving up no money. I ain't giving up no money. And you'll run right up here and trick off $50 doing nothing. Trick off $35 at White Castle or Burger King somewhere. But you see your sister, your brother in trouble, and you ain't even got $10 for them. So I look at Israel now. I was thinking about Daoud Beloved, one of the hottest. Daoud Beloved, King Moshe, Yehuda Shalom, Ty Serve, all of our young kings that's out here doing this music, the Bravos, all of these brothers that's doing this music. When I talked to Daoud Beloved when we was in Ohio, man, I was like, man, this dude, he's just gifted, he's craft up. I said, I need that music. He said, hey, Elder, you know what? I'm doing what I'm doing for the kingdom. And it's easy, it's an easy matter. He can be out there, doing that world thing, because he runs circles around many of these brothers, him and King Moshe. But he said, I got it hooked up right here. You can listen to all the music you want for free. I don't charge nobody. He said, but I also got it set up over here for people, that want to contribute to the ministry, that they can buy the formatted music, like maybe on CD or maybe digitized or something like that. And I look at all of the brothers that's teaching word. Isaiah Yasharallah, you got all these brothers, Roosevelt Washington, you got William Brown, you got all these brothers, Kelly, you got all these brothers that the Most High, Ugo Chuko, you got all these brothers that the Most High have gifted to be able to teach his word and expound on his word and build his people up. And they are doing it because it is what the Most High called us to do. We don't do it to come out here and beg. And I said to myself, just think, when I was in church, they came up with every type of tactic you could to get the money out of your pocket, and we was glad to give it up. Oh, pay your tithes 10%. We was glad to take. You talking about asking somebody for $10 or $15, but 2 years ago, you was making $1,000 a week, and you'll go in there proud and take $100 out of that $1,000 and then be them paid offering, benevolent offering, building fund. You look, if you done spent $150 on something that wasn't even benefiting you. You see, our people got to get their mind right, because the world don't love us, and all we have is each other. So anybody out there that know Sister Doyle, whatever it is, she need $144, I'm getting ready to send her $50. Okay? So that makes her need $94. So if anybody want to, and it don't have to be a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell you, you'll send it to the PayPal account, paypal.me, Dimitri78, and I'm going to watch the PayPal account closely. As soon as we get $94, there'll be a cutoff switch, and I'm going to jump right back on here and let everybody know that we have what we need, because I'm not in this to hustle the Father's people. And if it get put in my care, in my hand, I'm going all out of my way to try to make sure that it stay what it's supposed to be. And may the Most High and His Holy Spirit deal with me ever so treacherously if I forsake Him in that area and start hustling His people. I don't have to hustle His people, because He provides for me on a daily basis. And I know that His word is true when it says, blessed are the poor in the spirit. for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I know thy tribulation, thy works, and thy poverty. Come on, Israel, we got to quit being ashamed of being impoverished. That's where we at. And we got to stop acting like when people need help, it's some strange thing that happen. What do you expect poor people to need? Poor people gonna always need help. Always need help. But you always got some Judas that's gonna come along. Hey, well, you know what? We could have cracked this oil and gave it to the poor. Well, the Messiah said, the poor will be with you always, Judas. They've been with you from the time you got here until now, and you ain't done nothing for them. And after I leave, they'll still be here with you, and you won't be done nothing for them, but you'll use them as an excuse. So let's get Sister Doyle what she need. PayPal. If somebody would please put that up there. PayPal.me/Dimitri78. And this is an elder that we talking about. This is an elder that have never had a closed hand toward anything. So, or maybe I should just leave the account open throughout the course of the day and just give her whatever's in there. Because this is your mother that you're talking about. And the Father tell us to honor. We should be more concerned about the fatherless and the widows and those women, those mothers who have raised them children, whose lives have gotten to a place to where they can't do that stuff. So now, let that be your Passover. You said, because when we start talking about returning back to the Most High, one of the things that he say is that, Shalom, Elder Maniel. One of the things he say, Elder Maniel gonna like this. One of the things that he say when he come talking about he shall return the captivity of Israel and reverse the curses in Deuteronomy 30th chapter, and then you gonna love the Lord thy God and your seed. Before you love the Lord your God and your seed, he said, and the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart. You see, everybody is so busy trying to circumcise this flesh. Oh, I'm going to keep this day. Oh, I'm going to keep this day. Oh, I'm going to keep this day. Well, what good do it do if you keep all of the holy days, keep all of the feast days, but you forsake the most important thing to the Father, which is your brother? You see, then everything that you've done, because you got to get done the most important thing first. And the most important thing first is love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And you're not going to tell me that you're doing that when you don't have no love for your brother, because that's the second greatest thing that you can do. And everything else is after that. So when you are in a situation to where you're able to do, and you're able to be a blessing, and you're able to help and bless your brother, and allow the Most High's presence to show up in his life, but he's using you to do it, when he bless you to get like that, then that's what you do. And until you get like that, you should be very quiet, or you should be very cautious when you open up your mouth talking about how good the Most High is. So I'm going to end the video right there, and I'm going to send Sister Doyle what I'm going to send. And I didn't say that I was going to send that for no limelight or no spotlight. I only say it because I want people to understand that I'm not going to never come out here and ask you for nothing that I myself am not willing to do. And I'm going to lead the way. And I ain't asking everybody else to give me $50 because she only needs $144. Somebody could just come on there and just pay the whole bill. You've been that blessed. You got the money to do it. Why you won't do it, I don't know. And we didn't have a problem when we was up under the falsehoods of Christianity. But now we get in Israel, we want to pick and choose what type of truth we gonna drag with us. But the Most High knows what's in a man's heart. He ponders what's in a man's heart. And you know when you close to the Most High, because you gonna ponder every single thing that's in your heart. And as I sat there trying to figure out, dang, what am I gonna say to these people to get Sister Doyle this, what am I gonna say? I get tired of coming to people asking them for this and that. And the Most High said, you better get over that. This ain't got nothing to do with you. You better go and ask them. You better go and ask them, because the faith that they say that they got is going to be tested. And you're not nobody that's crooked. I know preachers been begging for many years for people's money. They ain't never had no shame about it. Why should you have some shame about begging for something on my account when I'm telling you to go and do it? You go and challenge the ones that say that that they love me to start doing for their brothers and sisters. And I'm not just talking to Sister Doyle. I'm talking to some of you got family members right now. You know they ain't got no food in their ice box. And you know what situation they in, but you'll use every excuse in the world not to help them. Oh, well, they ain't gonna do nothing but blow the money. Oh, well, they ain't gonna do this. Oh, well, they could have did this, that. It don't matter what they could have did. The only thing that matters is what you do or what you're in a position to do. So I'm gonna tag the PayPal account up there with the video, and I'm gonna say it again. It is paypal.me/Dimitri78. And I'm asked the Most High that he would bless and begin to double and triple all those. You see, the Bible say, try those things that are by the Spirit. Try them by the Spirit. You see, and if you know that spirit will leap through the phone and you can tell whether the person on the other side of that camera have a foul spirit or not. And if you detect that there's a foul spirit, then you do what you do. But if you don't, and everybody don't need the help because she don't need but $144. And whatever, if by chance, I'm about to go there right now and start looking. But by chance, people always continue to send something. And that's why we always like to keep something there. We might not be able to do the whole thing, but in her case, we can pay the whole bill. You see, the sister's case a couple of weeks ago that had the funeral, we know we couldn't pay for the whole funeral. We knew we couldn't pay for the whole funeral, but we was able to raise her right quick $150 and get that sent to her. You know, just as a, you know what I mean? $150 go a long way when you ain't got no money. When you just an everyday worker working, and then by the time you work, you done paid all your bills of this day, but you got all your responsibility. We know we can't make the grand sum total of people's needs, but some people we can, because somebody might need $1,000 that we can't meet, and that's a miracle for them. Somebody else might need $100 that we can meet, and that $100 is just as much miracle as them getting as the $1,000 is for somebody else. And I say this all the time. Today is Sister Doyle's house. Last week it was somebody else's house. The month before that it was another brother or sister's house. 6 months before that, it was another brother's or sister's house. Tomorrow, it could be your house. The Most High say that, you know what? You can't expect to reap nothing where you ain't sown nothing. Sooner or later, it'll come to you. We understand everybody ain't able, because we that are Israel, understand we are Israel, we understand that we are the poor of this world. And we don't have nothing to be ashamed about being poor, because our riches is tied to our poverty. You see, if I'm ashamed about where the Father put me, you understand what I'm saying, then I lose my riches. It's a humbling thing to have to go without, or have to identify or get it out of your mouth or face the fact that I'm poor. But the poor of the world are the Most High's people. And how is it that the poor of the world always trying to get where the rich is? You're trying to find you a new father. So we're going to be content who we are, you know. And for the brothers and sisters that have needs, them getting their needs met ain't predicated on whether their life is already spot free, because it gives us an opportunity to deal with our brothers and sisters about their foolishness. And that we have had to do. We have dealt with brothers and sisters that got in trouble and blessed them, and then dealt with them about their foolishness and followed up with that. You know what I mean? And now our brother that was in that condition, you understand, is working a regular job and taking care of his family and all of this and that and the other. It gives us an opportunity, because people genuinely trying to do the right thing. But when it come down to I'm in truth, and I'm surrounded by all these Israelites in truth, but I need a little help along the way, I'm going back to where I came from. At least I could go to the pantry and get a box of cereal out of the church house. I can't get nothing out of these dudes. All praises to the Most High, Heavenly Father, on this holy Sabbath. It is a holy Sabbath. I've been resting all day. And, you know, I was thinking, I said, I'm going in here and get geared up, you know, put me on some clothes, right? But people be staring at me like crazy. They be staring. They want to wonder what the fringes is. They look, they stare, they wonder what the fringes is. Why you got the... I said, you know what, this is going to be my new response. Well, you know, they wasn't paying me no attention with that white man suit on. So I decided to change that. They wasn't paying me no attention with the white boy baseball cap on. But see, when we start moving into the place that we supposed to be, then we become just like what our brother Bravo was just saying. We're royalty. Our spirit is gold and we royalty. We strayed away from the Father, but he kept us, and that's loyalty. So we come all the way back around full circle. But we start with each other. We practice on each other. I can practice loving. I can get good as I want to get at loving somebody. And I can use my brother to practice on. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. So, Shalom, Twid. Shalom, Twid. Twid's another young king. He's another young king. I generally don't call people by name, but I got a few young kings like Twid and Brother Rashard and Brother Riddick. I got quite a few brothers that they just do that. They just, man, I be down on my luck and look up and hit that Gmail thing, and it's like, man, Twitware just sent you $20. Dang, that's just what I needed, man. That's just what I needed. I still got another week before that $500 disability check come in. Do I feel sorry about that? Heck no. How can I feel sorry when the Most High is supplying my needs? But he's supplying my needs according to his riches in glory. You see, you got to have a richness in you when it comes to glorifying him. You see, he's gonna supply our needs based on the richness of his glory that's in us. How grateful am I for the things that he have done? How do I express the riches? You see, when we start talking about he shall supply all of our needs, but our needs will be supplied according to his riches in glory. Where is the glory at? We are what give him glory. But how can you give something if your bank account is depleted? You see, but when you got a full bank account stocked up, full of glory, that's rich in glory, then the Most High said he ain't gonna lack nothing because his bank account is rich in my glory. And every time he open up his mouth, I'm gonna be on his lips. See, our brothers and sisters, they ain't, you know what? I ain't saying this in a bad way, but they don't sit at the feet of the Spirit enough, because I know that some of these things that I'm telling you, when the Spirit start translating what these scriptures really mean, I know, man, I know where it come from. He shall supply all of our needs according. Now, if you say, my son and my daughter, they're going to go to the basketball game on Saturday night according to the agreement that we have established. And the agreement they've established is they got to do their chores. You see? So when the Most High start talking about supplying all of our needs, it's going to be according to us getting something done. Or according to, in this case, according to how rich we are with his glory. How filled up are we with his glory? You see, when you start talking about glory, you're talking about gratitude now. You're talking about the spirit of gratitude and thankfulness and having your senses keen, where your eyes, they don't miss nothing. They don't miss the smallest thing. Oh, thank you, Father, that you didn't let me step on that rock because my ankle is bad. Your senses are so keen. Thank you for guiding me to this parking spot. Oh, Father, thank you. Thank you. I just saved 35 cents when I could have. That's riches in glory. You see, that when the Bible is talking about be ye perfect as the Most High is perfect, this is what it's talking about. Because you are perfected according to your gratitude. When your level of gratitude reach the climatic point to where you understand the totality of why the Messiah sacrificed his life for you and just how awesome and bad the Most High is in your life, then you see things different. You start being built up. Your bank account start getting filled up. Your riches, glory is getting deposited. Glory is getting deposited. Every time the Most High bring you out of a bad circumstance, glory is getting deposited. Glory is getting deposited. And now you're getting built up. So glory getting deposited because you keep seeing the Most High keep moving in your life. Every time you turn around, he done move. I've been in this bad position, he done move. Just think if I had too much pride to acknowledge the position that I was in. I've been in this position and I've seen the Most High move. But just think if I had too much pride that I wanted to reject the situation and I didn't want to be there. People laugh, people talk about you, they make fun of you, and you don't want to be there, understanding that that's where the Most High put you, because that's where his glory gonna show up when he pull you out, and that deposit is gonna go into your bank account. And you'll be able to say, you know what, I don't worry about nothing, because what I got to worry for, the Most High gonna supply my needs according to his riches in glory, and my glory account is filled up to the brim. So these are some of the things that we got to be working on. Some of the things we got to be working on. You know, it's not so much so you know, and right now I'm just flowing, you know, just flowing, you know. The scripture it says that except our righteousness exceed that of the Pharisees and the scribes, we can't go into the kingdom. We all talking about the kingdom, but so what does that mean? Except your righteousness exceed that of the Pharisees and the scribes. What does that mean? It means that the Pharisees was the religious leaders and the scribes were the interpreters. They the ones that wield the pen. You see? So they was considered the closest thing to the Most High. If it was anybody that was going into the kingdom, it was the Pharisees and the scribes. He said, but except your righteousness exceed theirs, you ain't going nowhere. You see? So how do our righteousness exceed the Pharisees and the scribes? Well, the righteousness that the Pharisees and the scribes had, it came by way of the law, and the law was connected to things of the flesh. You see? Things of the flesh, that when we sinned in the flesh, you understand what I'm saying? Then those are the things that the sacrifices would be made on. But the sacrifice of Hamashiach dealt with the sins of the spirit. And so we can make our mouth say one thing and we can look any kind of way from the outside. You understand what I'm saying? But it's going to be those things that's down in our heart. And many of us know that the things in our heart are not right, and we still can't find the way to talk to the Most High about it. And there are many things that I don't even want to talk to the Most High about. There are many things that I'm too ashamed about. There are many times I don't even want to get up and look myself in the face or look in the mirror, because it breeds that much shame. The Spirit might say, look around you. Look at all that the Most High have done. Look at the wondrous works what the Most High have done. But your spirit of gratitude and that glory stares you in the face. Every time you deal with that glory, you're dealing with the holiness of the Father. And when you put that up against yourself, you say, but I ain't worthy. I ain't worthy. I know the Father done blessed me. I know he didn't give me. I know he didn't give me that. But I ain't worthy. I ain't worthy for it. You see, everybody is in that position. There ain't no perfect people in the flesh. You can't be perfect. But your righteousness got to exceed that of the Pharisees and the scribes. So you cannot just love in deed, in words, without loving in deed. You can't just love me with words. You can't just tell me that you love me and it don't cost you. You can tell me that you love me and I ain't worth you giving me $25. For real? You can't tell me that you don't love me, but you can't give me a ride to work because my car is down. You can tell me that. You can't tell me that you love me and you see my icebox empty, or you see me in trouble and you are able to do something. Even if you can't meet the whole sum total of it, you are able to do something, but you say you love me. See, the Father don't operate like that, and we got to get real, people. We got to get real. We got to get serious. So, and I don't have no doubt, even as I'm speaking, I know that what Sister Doyle needs, it's already done. I know when I hang up this phone and look in that PayPal account, it's already there. So it's already on the way. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing that was worrying Sister Doyle to death, the Most High had already supplied according to the riches of the glory that's in Sister Doyle. And we know that the glory is in Sister Doyle, because every time I have came on here and said any brother or sister needed anything, Sister Doyle been right there. And even in the times that she couldn't be there, she would still be right there saying, Elder, I wish I could. I wish I could. You know what I mean? And some of my brothers and sisters, they send $5 Some of them have sent $3, and it's not the amount that matters. It's just having it in your heart to get it done where your brother and sister is standing. Now, I'm going to share something else with you. Because sometimes I always use that PayPal account is because I do not want to put other people's PayPal accounts on there. If they're going to go through me, then that's how I do it, because I know that way, I know it's going to get where it's supposed to be, and I'm not worried about it. So just like if I get more in there than they need, then guess what? The next time somebody is there, it's going to be there. But now if I did it on the other side, you understand what I'm saying? You don't know what to expect, and you don't know how people going to operate. We're not talking about Sister Doyle, we're just being real, we're talking in general, you know what I'm saying? There's a scripture that says, he goeth crouching and humble himself when he's in trouble. But as soon as he's out of trouble, you understand what I'm saying? And I say, I got a cousin like that, I love him. My cousin, he's beautiful, he raised me, he's as good as gold. Boy, but when he needs something, oh man, come on, Teddy, man, I need that, man. Come on, man. Hey, man, I'm going to get you, man. And you go and find it and get it done. And he's like, man, come on, man, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm ending this video right here. Unless y'all want to do some Q&A or something, I'm just sitting out here enjoying this Sabbath. Just enjoying this Sabbath, enjoying this cool breeze, and just thanking the Most High for being merciful and being kind and being loving and forgiving, because we are definitely undeserving people. I think maybe 4 days out of the week, I wake up feeling fired up and revived, because I have navigated through the minefield of not touching nothing unrighteous. I said 4 days. But the other 3 days out the week, I wake up feeling raggedy and miserable, but it puts me back in the right place, because when I feel like that, it just makes me say, I'm just sorry, Father. I keep, man, that's why I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. I need, your mercy, your grace. And then I get reassured again. It's okay. You my child. At least you trying. You see, we got to let the Most High do the patting on the back. All of our brothers and sisters, they want to pat themselves on the back. Oh, well, I don't do this no more. Well, look, you know what, I got you. And they always going to pat themselves on the back, but they run other people down. We got to learn how to let the Most High pat us on the back. Because see, when you feeling bad, the scripture fulfill itself. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Yep, so that's a mourning. And then the Most High come in and he comforts you. And then he pat you on the back. That's okay, son, you doing all right. You didn't do as bad as you did 2 months ago. You was worse than that. 6 months ago, you was worse than, oh man, don't even let me think about 10 years ago. Look at how far you done made. That's how the Most High operate, And then we got to learn to operate like that with each other. So I'm going to end the video here. I'll tag that PayPal account, paypal.me/Dimitri78.